boys, welcome to the show, and to our new listeners, welcome to Staying Uncomfortable. There's a particular time frame that is the most important part of your day. If you get this time right, you are unstoppable for the rest of your day. If you want to have an amazing life, you must have amazing days. And to have more amazing days, you must get your morning routine right. That's right. Today we're going to be talking about morning routine. How do you make your morning routine the most optimized routine, so therefore you can have an amazing day and own the day?
Exactly, and it's about having these amazing days, and that's what's going to make an amazing life, right? If you want to build a wall, you've got to lay the foundation. How do you lay the foundation? Brick by brick by brick. So every brick that you put into place must be amazing, and that's what we're going to talk about, is how do you lay that brick? What does that morning look like? It starts with waking up early. So let's dive right into that. Kaivan, what time do you usually wake up?
So when I answer this question, right, a lot of people are usually shocked because, my journey on this morning routine has been constant work in progress for the last 2 years. And I usually wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning. But I didn't just start waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I started waking up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then I came to 4 o'clock. And obviously, the reason why I kept doing this is because I saw results.
Now, what are these results? Because I can't even imagine what happens after you wake up at 4, and you may even be done way quicker than so many people are.
And the results have been so outstanding that I'm trying to figure out how do I even optimize more of my morning routine, right? So give you an idea here, let's take a step back here. 2 years ago when I first started kind of really paying attention to my morning routine, one thing I've noticed is that I would get anxiety, even when I was waking up at 5:30, because if I didn't wake up on time, right, and I saw everybody else getting shit done, the first thing automatically was like, oh shit, I'm behind. And what I used to do was I used to go to the gym. The first thing when I woke up in the morning was go to the gym. And over the last, I would say literally 3 or 4 months, I've kind of switched it. And that's because I realized that in the morning, there aren't that many people who are up, right? People are getting up about half an hour, 40 minutes before going into work, and they're rushing throughout the door, right? That might not be the case for everybody, but what I thought was, hey, if I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and if I spend next 4 to 5 hours working, really focused, I can get so much shit done because nobody's calling me, nobody's texting me, there aren't that many people posting shit online. There's very little distraction. And once I saw that, and once I noticed that, holy shit, when I worked from 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock, and the quality of work that I was producing, it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind, and it was like, oh shit, now I don't get anxiety in the morning, I don't feel like I'm running behind, and now I go to the gym at 9 o'clock, and there's nobody in the gym, because everybody's at job, everybody's at work, right?
Exactly. So what time do you sleep? Because I've found that for me, it's not the waking up that's tough. It's the going to bed early that's really, really tough. So is that something that you had to get adjusted to? And can you talk about what that process looks like?
Yes. So as I said, you got to pay the price, right? So obviously I can't go to sleep at 12 o'clock, otherwise I'm not getting enough rest for my body or my brain, right? It was a process where I had to understand that, hey, I need to start going to sleep early in order for me to be effective and producing good quality work in the morning. So now I'm usually in bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock. And one thing that I find very useful for me is I read a book. And when I'm reading the book, I'll probably get sleepy and I'll knock out. That works for me. And I know we were talking about this, that you have a little different routine in the morning compared to what my routine looks like, because you have a completely different profession. How do you start your morning? What's the first thing that you do?
So same thing like you, I wake up early, not at 4 a.m., but I wake up at 5 a.m. And the first thing I try to do is I really think about what you need to feed in the morning. And what I mean by that is, how do you feed your mind? How do you feed your body? How do you feed your soul? So right when I wake up, I practice gratitude.
Gratitude. And how long have you been, so the reason why I ask is that I find it very hard to put gratitude in action for me because I'm not a writer that much. So how long have you been doing gratitude, and why is it so important for your morning routine?
It sets the mood right for me. It makes me realize that, hey, I'm alive, and that in itself is such a blessing. I don't actually write it. It's something that I recite in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even something I say out loud. It's just, it's now been about six to 7 months where it's an automatic reflex. My eyes open, and immediately the first thought that goes to my mind is, thank you for giving me another chance today. Thanks for letting me be alive today. And of course that has happened because, you understand that there's some people that are not waking up the next day.
Yeah.
So to realize how lucky you are, how blessed you are to have the opportunity to have another day on this planet is an amazing thing. And it's about feeling it. It's not just about me reciting these words that are hollow, that are empty. I feel it, and some people may not really understand that, but I feel that thankfulness, that grateful, the blessing of being alive. And now I'm just ready to get my day started. There's no way my eyes close again. I feel that gratitude, and I'm ready to get started and chase my goals.
Interesting, because you're not, I've heard about this, right? It sounds like very cliche because everybody talks about gratitude is everything, and I've been trying to practice this, and I haven't been at the place where you are in terms of feeling it, because I remember I used to just write it down. I'm grateful for my friends, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for and over the last couple of days, what I've started doing is, since I'm not a good person to write in the morning in terms of gratitude, I carry this rock with me. So what this does is that every single time I touch it, I just say, I'm grateful for being able to breathe. I'm grateful for having a place. I'm grateful, and this has been working for me. So we're just giving you guys two different approaches when it comes to practicing gratitude, because like I said, that approach that G uses doesn't work for me, and maybe there's something that you physically touch approach could work for you as well.
Exactly, that's a great way to do it. And think about the listeners. Think about the people that are listening to us. Guys, gals, whoever's listening, you have ears. You can hear. Think about the people that can't hear. Think about the people that can't see. Think about all the senses that you have. We all love food. Yeah. Imagine if you could never taste food again. Life would be bland. So there's a lot to be thankful for. Now, moving on to the first things that you do. Kaivan, I believe you said you like to make your bed. I know that's something that I absolutely hate to do. You could call me lazy, you can, put whatever titles on me, but I absolutely hate making my bed. And I know that's something that you do right after you wake up.
Yeah, and the reason why I do that right away as soon as I wake up is I was able to accomplish something very quick and very fast, right? And it's not just making a shitty bed. It's hey, make sure that I make my bed very, very nicely, right? So therefore it's I'm not half-assing anything. So therefore my day starts off with paying attention to detail. Make sure that you are giving you 100% in anything that you're doing.
Exactly. You've got momentum right away in the morning, and now you're just moving on task after task after task, right?
Yep, 100%. And I'd love to know what is it that you do first thing after you wake up as well?
For me, after I practice gratitude, I go ahead and actually consume warm water with lemon.
Okay.
I've heard there's 2 approaches to kickstart your metabolism. One is you could even have some cold water, or you could go warm water lemon. I've tried both approaches, and I really like the warm water with lemon. It's supposed to sort of kill all your toxins in your body from the night before. And for me, it sort of kickstarts my GI system.
Okay.
And at that point, I drank this water, this lemon water. I'm in the bathroom, I'm brushing my teeth, and again, at that point, it's really quiet. Again, I'm going over all the things that I'm thankful for, feeling those things before I go and start my workout. Now, for you, Kaivan, I believe you're consuming coffee and now I believe you listen to some inspirational videos, right?
Correct. So once I'm done making my bed, the first thing I'll do is kind of get my coffee going. And one of the things that I drink, which is something called fat coffee, it's a little different type of coffee that really helps me get real laser focused and kind of makes sure that I am really paying attention to it. So I highly recommend if someone's looking to optimize their morning routine and would want to try a different coffee, we'll put a link to this as well. And then while I'm working, I'm listening to motivation stuff from Les Brown, E.T., Mamba Mentality, all these different things to really make sure that I'm feeding my mind, as you said earlier, right? Feeding your soul and feeding my mind. So those are the things that I'm doing from 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock as I'm working through.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I love that. I love the ability to feed your mind through these inspirational, characters or celebrities, if you will.
Yeah.
You just start realizing that you truly can do anything. And if you start your day off with that mentality of you can achieve anything you want, I mean, we've seen the results of this. I mean, you have definitely seen the results of this as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and that kind of also kind of puts me in a place where I'm like, they aren't different from who I am, right? They're still humans, right? So therefore, if they can do it, why can I not do it, right? That mentality is like keeps me going every single morning. It's like I gotta show up, put in the effort, just the way anybody else is doing.
Exactly, and it's such a great thing to do, guys. If you haven't done it, try some inspirational videos, try some motivational videos, put it on YouTube, put it on any, Spotify or iTunes. Just listen to something that's going to feed your mind, and that's exactly what I do too, Kaivan. Is I put this inspirational / motivational stuff on, and I go to the gym. So now I'm working out my body, trying to get the endorphins going,
Yep.
trying to get a sweat going while I'm listening to this inspirational talk. And I've seen that combination. Now I'm listening to inspirational stuff. Now I'm working out. There's more energy. There's a vigor. I want to go. I want to do this. I want to do one more squat. I want to do one more bench press. Right?
Yeah.
It's always pushing you, and that's really what I do prior to starting my day. Of course, after that, I'm going into the shower. But what I try to do is after my workout is done, as I'm in the shower, I'm going to make sure that I put on some amazing music that makes me want to dance and let loose. Because what I'm doing there is before I start my day, my 9 to 5,
Yeah.
I want to celebrate my life. I want to celebrate the fact that I've fed my soul. I've felt gratitude. I've fed my body. I've worked out. I've fed my mind because I'm so motivated to start my day, and I'm so thankful for all the opportunities that I have ahead of me. And then I dance it out. I enjoy it. I enjoy my shower. I know people do cold showers. That's not my thing. I do a nice warm shower. It's negative 20 degrees Celsius here in Chicago, so yeah, I don't think I could try it. Well, again, staying uncomfortable, maybe I will try a cold shower at negative 20 degrees, but that's my morning, Kaivan. Tell me a little bit more about yours.
I think, as I said, mornings are what makes you very successful, and helps you really own your journey and on your day as well. So what I would encourage to everybody who's listening to this, and if you're feeling like you're in this funk, and if you just aren't getting the things done that you want, give this a shot. Try to work on your morning routine and see what you're able to achieve. And remember that it's not going to happen overnight, right? So you don't expect that starting tomorrow you're going to wake up and early and start executing on things and getting the same results maybe what G and I are getting. But remember, this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So remember, you have to optimize this. You have to learn what works for you and what doesn't work for you. In summary, I think, you got to be able to feed your mind, your body, and soul in the morning. That's extremely important. And what I find is a lot of time individuals forget to feed the mind, which is the most important thing that I personally believe. And I would highly suggest anybody who's listening to this, if you really want to become successful, if you really want to achieve more in life, I can assure you that if you work on your morning routine, you'll see a huge difference in your life and in your day. And it's going to be something that is constant work in progress, because remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So things might not work for you right away. It takes time. Be patient and let your effort work.